All right, I'm going to do a little explaining so this can be a standalone video. I had the idea for this project a long time ago, probably around 2017 or so, as I was getting interested in, smart contracts and everything that they could enable. But unfortunately, the tooling wasn't really that great back then. But the idea stuck with me, and a friend of mine reminded me of it pretty recently. And I recently moved to Salt Lake City, Utah, and the roads are awful here in Utah. So I figured I would start building this out. And I guess I'm at the point of doing kind of a low budget demo of it. And maybe I can get some feedback from some people if I decide to share this. But the idea came about with just considering how roads are basically owned as government entities, government assets. And I started thinking of like, what if they could kind of be real estate assets? And the owner of them could basically be tasked with just maintaining the roads instead of the government, just collecting taxes. And there's all the friction of a slow bureaucracy doing contracts and everything to maintain the roads, update the roads, etc. And I thought it would be cool if a company or an individual could just own a road and have automatic payments for the road. And I kind of expanded on the idea and divided roads into little pieces, as that seemed to make a little bit more sense. So a piece of a road would be owned by an individual. And the way I've structured it here is that road pieces are defined using coordinates and other sort of features. And an NFT has been minted by this application, this overall decentralized application, and that NFT represents ownership of that road asset. And I basically had the idea. I did some sort of, you know, back of the napkin calculations of how much it would cost for like how much basically roads and all of that infrastructure costs in the form of taxes per person per mile driven. And I kind of did, sort of a similar extrapolation as for the costs for this. So the thought is, you turn your car on and this application is kind of started, and all of your motion while you're driving, while your car is on, is sort of tracked and kept on the blockchain, and your distance is calculated and everything. And every time you drive on someone's road that they own, you do this sort of micro payment, and it's all just kind of automatically occurring in the back end. I kind of still need to do some updating because there are a little more confirmations than I would like to happen, but I think in a few days I might be able to bang these out. And I'm just pretty excited now that I have the front end application working and plugged in with, at least an initial implementation of the smart contract. And the smart contract right now, it handles all of the minting, it handles the logic of tracking where the people are and everything and interacting with the application. And I'm in the process of trying to get, as you can see my head, I'm trying to get Chainlink Functions to basically directly do the GPS API call, just to make it a little bit more of a tamper-proof, end-to-end decentralized application. So I'll just do a quick demonstration of it here. And yeah, this can be a standalone video for anyone I may not have showed it to yet. So as I click connect my wallet, the blockchain is queried, and you can see here all of the information related to all of the owned assets and everything is displayed in the console here, and the owners. And I just printed a few values while I was building it. So when I click this I'm a driver button, to me, that's sort of the analogy of starting your car. And at that point, my GPS location is going to be queried, and that's going to be sent to the blockchain. So my GPS information upon starting my car, so to speak, is sent to the blockchain. We'll see here. I have to do a confirmation for that step. I'm kind of sending two confirmations right now for it, but I, that's I don't mind that confirmation so much. because it's kind of in the process of you're already doing something, starting your car, if you will, or putting where you're going to be going. I'm kind of thinking forward to self-driving cars and such. Um, but anyway, so my location continues to be documented. This really is kind of designed to be used while driving around, but I'm just going to do a little walking demonstration quick. I'm really close to one of the roads that I've minted. It's the road just adjacent to where I'm living. So we'll see in a minute here that it's going to pop on and say I'm on an owned road. So there you can see I'm on an owned road. This this is sort of the confirmation that I really want to get rid of there. I don't want there really to be a confirmation while on there. I already have sort of devised some logic for getting rid of that. So it's just a matter of updating the contract. So right now my path is being recorded. I just had some information put on the blockchain that will sort of be indelibly available in the smart contract. It's really easy to query and look at all of that. I'll put the smart contract information out with anywhere that I post this, I guess. But I'm being tracked. My whole path, which I don't know, is going to be 50 meters or less right now. I'm just going to walk off the road here in a minute, but it's all going to be calculated. And here we go. This is a confirmation I really want to get rid of. I don't want to have this confirmation there. That's basically just for each time I go on and off an owned road, adding a new path in this overall trip, which I already, like I said, kind of have an idea for getting rid of that. But essentially, here we're at the part where we're just going to cut the ignition off of our car. And this is basically where we are going to be sending our payment, the payment for all of the owned roads that we went on, all of the distances calculated. It's applied to whatever cost per mile or cost per kilometer of where we've gone. We didn't even go that far here, as you can see. But if we look on the back end here, we'll see that all of that stuff happened, and we had an internal transaction where a certain amount was sent to the NFT holder of that road asset. If we can go and look in all of those, but that's kind of the idea of it, and it works pretty well for the 4 roads that I've minted, especially when driving around. And I think it's a pretty cool and unique idea that I'm hoping other people would like to contribute to and share their thoughts and everything. I was just at Consensus a few weeks ago, which really inspired me to start building this out. And I think it's a unique application. And I saw a lot of people just copying Uniswap there and copying other things that have already been done. And I think we finally, with Chainlink Functions, with these other really cool tools that are coming out, we're starting to really get the set that we need to kind of re-architect the world. Basic things like roads, we can think of how that ownership can work, how it can work, to help monetize things, help create new assets. And yeah, if anyone does watch this, yeah, appreciate your feedback. If you want to leave any comments or something, if I put it on YouTube, yeah, thanks.